Coming up on Mountain News this morning, we'll take a look at how blocked railroad crossings across Kentucky have been a problem for years.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. The time is 6:33 on Wednesday, December 27th. Now let's check in with meteorologist Shane Smith for a look at your forecast this morning. And Shane, I can hear that rain coming down. It seems pretty hard outside of the studios right now. So I know you said that first half of the day, people do not want to forget a raincoat or an umbrella. They're headed out the door this morning.
That's right, Olivia. Definitely a little bit harder in some spots, more than others. I know over here in London, it's starting to lighten up right now. But elsewhere across the region, it is coming down at a decent clip, especially in portions of Perry and Knott County this morning. Let's take a look at satellite and radar and pinpoint Doppler. And you can see especially right along the Parkway and Highway 80, just east of Hazard, extending up into the northern end of Knott County. Some decent cells showing up, a little bit of yellows and oranges there on the radar. So just know, coming down at a decent clip. Was hoping to show you that on the camera. It's decided to take a nap. Guess the rain put it back to sleep. Although you can see the rain coming down at a decent clip, also causing some fog in Jenkins along US 119. I-75 corridor starting to dry out a bit, although the road still damp this morning. So just take it easy as you're going to be out there. Temperatures right now running into the 40s for most spots. Although Somerset, good morning to you. 39 as that cold front is driving in and is bringing with it that rain. Visibility also reduced in several spots this morning, down to 3 miles visibility. Moorhead, 1 mile. Pikeville, Wise, 4 miles. Hazard, 5 miles. And Jackson, Williamsburg, 3 miles in Harlan. So take it easy out there. Plan a few extra minutes for that morning commute. Temperatures today top out into the 50s. And we will see overall improving conditions in the afternoon. But cooler weather's moving in, and with it comes a chance of a few flakes. We'll talk about that here in a few minutes, Olivia.
All right, thank you, Shane. Police are looking for vandals. They say spray painted pro-Palestine and anti-war messages on a veterans memorial in Lexington. Police say they were called to the vandalism at Veterans Park Monday afternoon. Crews were able to remove the graffiti around the memorial yesterday morning. Members of VFW Post 680 heard what happened and took action.
Our best solution was, let's go get some flags. Let's go get some flags that truly represent what the tank is, what this park is, and use those as a method to right the individual or individuals' poor idea of protest by just covering it up with the greatest symbol of our country.
Lexington Mayor Linda Gorton released a statement in response to the vandalism saying, quote, "We will not tolerate destruction of private or public property. I urge everyone to join our statement in support of peace." 2 people are facing charges after a burglary. It happened in the early morning hours on Christmas Day. Knox County Sheriff's deputies received a call about the burglary at a home on Dogwood Trace in Corbin. After the homeowner followed the man and woman into Laurel County, a traffic stop was executed. The items stolen were recovered during the traffic stop. 43-year-old Joe Scalf and 26-year-old Felicia Smith, both of London, were taken to the Laurel County Correctional Center. A Monticello man is behind bars after multiple instances where he reportedly was falsely imprisoning a man and woman. The most recent scenario happened yesterday morning when 37-year-old Jason Piercy locked a man inside his home and would not let him go outside. Deputies with the Wayne County Sheriff's Office were eventually able to get into the home after a standoff. Piercy was charged with terroristic threatening and unlawful imprisonment. Here in Kentucky, the Federal Railroad Administration got nearly 300 complaints this year about blocked railroad crossings. There were 99 complaints in the first 6 months. They nearly doubled in the second half of the year. Right now, complaints are nearly 6 times higher than they were in 2020. Last year, there were even more complaints, nearly 400. Congress has made some moves to make railway crossings safer. Senator Raphael Warnock added amendments on crossings to a railway safety bill. It's still pending. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg says lawmakers should make this a priority. One fire department delivered a camper to a flood survivor who spent more than a year living in several different places. The Rusaw Volunteer Fire Department continued to find ways to help folks in flood recovery. They delivered a camper to flood survivor Jonathan Baker. Baker is originally from Perry County, but moved after losing his home in the July 2022 flood. Baker says he has lived in indoor and outdoor conditions since.
Purchased a building, 12 by 18 building, lived in it. No electric, no water, probably lived in it about a year. I run a stitching cord from my brother's place. I had a TV and had a light or two.
Baker says he then lived in a tent, van, and a truck before the Rusaw Fire Department was able to provide help. He has it stationed on a friend's property in Breathitt County. A reminder, time is running out to get your tags renewed before Kentucky's system shuts down. It's getting a major upgrade. Registration won't be available at county clerk's offices after close of business Thursday. Service are expected to resume in mid-January. After you take down your Christmas decorations, Kentucky Fish and Wildlife wants you to donate your real trees. It's part of their Christmas for the Fishes recycling program. You can now bring your tree to one of the 29 drop-off locations across the state. The donated trees will be used to restore fish habitats in Kentucky's lakes. And while we did not see a white Christmas, Kentucky State Police want you to stay prepared for when we do get some winter weather. KSP released a list of things you should keep in your car. It includes things like a phone charger, blankets, a first aid kit, jumper cables, water, and snacks. They also ask you do not call 911 for road and weather conditions because it can tie up emergency lines. A woman in Lexington is trying to do her part to better the planet. It starts with collecting shoes. Mary Ellen Ford lives in the Kenwick neighborhood and is asking those in the area to bring her their worn out or gently used sneakers and tennis shoes. She has partnered with a national organization that helps to recycle them back into other products.
There's 600 million people worldwide who don't own a pair of shoes. So I think before you just place something in the trash, think about how it might be have another life.
Ford says she will be collecting through mid-January.
Current time 6:41. Now we're going to check the forecast, and it is a little bit soggy outside the WYMT studio right now. Rain falling across a good chunk of the area this morning. Going over to Pikeville, PMC camera showing 46 degrees, a little light rain falling. Rain not quite as heavy over around I-75, but we do see some fog there on the I-75 cam at Corbin. Showers are pushing off to the east and northeast and will continue to lift out of the region. I think by lunchtime, most of us will see improving conditions as temperatures go from the 40s this morning into the 50s this afternoon. Also, watch out for quite a bit of fog out there this morning. You can see we have low visibility from Logan to Pikeville and Wise. Also over in Moorhead, temperatures topping out today around 52 or so in most spots. But the forecast takes a turn to the chilly side as we head into the last weekend of 2023. And we may start 2024 with a little bit of wintry mix. We'll talk about that here in a few minutes, Olivia.
Thanks, Shane, and thank you for joining us. The time is now 6:42. Still to come on Mountain News this morning, Israeli officials give an update on the timeline for their war with Hamas as it continues to take a toll on the civilians in Gaza.